King of the Pit TV. Statecraft. Who the heck is Statecraft? Devoted to the Metal Maestro over on the Patreon. One love to my brother, always putting me onto some game here. To celebrate the Forlorn Seasons is the title of this record. Now, I've never come across Statecraft in my life. We've got 9 numbers on this record. Looks like it's going to be an easy record to get through. We're averaging at around 450 a song, I would say. I'm not going to waste your time. Don't you waste mine. Let's jump in, shall we? Ecliptic Horizon is track number 1. Who was Statecraft? There's only one way to find out. Got a cup of coffee waiting for me. It's a nice warm day. I can't complain. Well, I can, but I'll choose not to for the time being. No comments. Good Life Recordings. Good Life Recordings. Interesting. Interesting. I associate Good Life with 90s metalcore. Interesting. Good Life Recordings. I associate Good Life Recordings with quality music, by the way. Good organic metalcore. Who was Statecraft? I'm actually quite excited for this one. This might be really good. I don't know what to expect. I don't really care for an intro as such. But this one's got me questioning what's coming up next. This is an alright intro. The moment I saw Good Life Recordings, I thought, alright. We might be onto something here. I kinda hope it's metalcore. But it might be mellow death, it could be anything, it could be power metal for all I know. We got Freedom, Not Enslavement coming up first. I'm not gonna cut tracks, we'll get the L'Oreal Men Expert advertisement out of the way. I wonder why they choose orange for their branding. I wonder what the psychological sort of influence of that strong orange is, because you get that orange on a lot of marketing, don't you? Right, here we go. Freedom, Not Enslavement, let's flip and go. Right, come on now. Let me turn the volume up. Metal Maestro, I gotta send this out for you. Have you ever listened to a band called Congress before? If you never checked out Congress, that might be an act for you. Congress, a band called Liar. That particular realm, Belgium, in the around the mid-90s, right? Over in Belgium, the H8 000 lot. I don't know how you put it forward there, but I think that was in relation to like a particular area in Belgium, and they sort of established the roots that were to become the very, very, very successful 2000s metalcore of what we heard, you know? Vegan straight edge, just spin kick music, very good. My friends arrived. I've been feeding the birds from my window. I don't know if you'll hear. He's just landed on my window. I've got a crow that comes and visits me on a daily basis. He's still a little bit skittish, but it took him... I call him a him. I don't know if it's a she. I need to look into who does the foraging in the crow world. But they pop over on a daily basis, come and enjoy some peanuts from my window. It took them weeks to do so. Obviously, they were watching from... There he goes, he's flown off. He used to watch from a distance, and the blue tits would come over and take a little peanut each and fly off. A magpie only visited once. I don't think the magpie was too bothered. Saw me, went, nah, I'm not too fussed on that. But the crow initially came over, took a peanut and just dashed, but now just stays over for a little bit, looks through the window at me. And it's a pleasure, it's a joy to my day. It really is a joy to my day. There's not many of them, you know. I hate to be a bearer of bad news, you know. As you get a little bit older, the glimmers of contentment, or contentment, should I say, not contempt, but contentment and joy, sort of, you know, the few and far between, aren't they? So this guy just popping over every once in a while really brings me joy. I'm going through a transitional phase in my life at the moment where I'm not where I need to be. I'm not saying I'm not existing in a degree of comfort, but it's too comfortable for me, you know? And I feel like I'm not living my life. Yeah, my finite life. And I'm not afraid no more. I'm not afraid of financial... circumstances. I'm not bothered about owning a mortgage. I'm not bothered about getting married and all this and that. And don't get me wrong, like, I've got the capabilities of doing these things, but I'm just sort of I've opted out of societal norm, and as each and every day goes by, I only continue sort of doing that. I'm not going to get into the conspiratorial stuff, but over here, Oxford, I mean, I don't, maybe by the time you see this video on YouTube, if it's a minute till it's released, there'll be more and more, but we've introduced the first, we've been building on these for a while, but we've introduced the first World Economic Forum, 15-minute city in Oxford. So it's like, I reckon a component of that which can't be talked about in the 2020s, right? When there was a bad cold going about, to say the least. I think that was a means of just sort of ushering in the potential and assessing how one could lock us down in such small circuited communities and police it as such. And I think this goes hand in hand with what they're now trying to get in. They're going to say, the Iran war, which we've orchestrated for you know, religious scripture for the millennia prior, you know, the rules and regulations and the plans we have set into play for control of this world for however long. It's finally come into effect, and unbeknownst to us, we're running out of fuel, so now you can't fly anywhere. Now you can't travel. You know what I mean? By the way, look after our planet. Global warming and all that, yeah? So don't go driving your car. Don't go cooking your food. Don't go... Just eat bugs. We'll provide you some bugs in a Tupperware container. We'll give you a little credit if you want to go out into the woods every week or so to have some fresh air. Other than that, just work from home. You can all work from home now, can't you? So... just establish the corporation and welcome to the singularity. And here we are. Statecraft. Most frightening aspect of it to me is the depopulation element, which I'm not going to go into depth on, but, you know, we've got global conflicts rife, and over here in England, there's always a pushing of a button in a political sense. There's always, you know, provocation with intention by the media, and, you know, I don't deem your news any different to your mobile phone now. Your algorithm directs the people into a particular manner, you know, right wing, left wing, just like, oh, well, our TV's trying to divide us, and then they'll go on their mobile phone and look through their reels. Like, that's not, you know, another degree of mind control at this point. For those joining me just now, there's no such thing as left wing, right wing. It's the two opposing hemispheres of your brain. When you believe in one over the other, you're off centre, and then you're controllable by your government. All right, so stop voting. Opt out. It's pointless. If you're going to vote, do it in another sense, which I don't know how you'd be able to do, right? Ask an activist. That vocal's ignorant. What you'll also find on a side note, now I think this is a bit too vague, but a little tidbit for you if you wanted to, you know, approach things in a different way. Maybe it makes sense to you. The left wing, right wing, i.e. red versus blue paradigm that you see everywhere, even in your video games, red versus blue, also has correspondence with the Masonic lodges, that you have blue lodges and red lodges. I believe the Blue Lodge is the entry level lodge where you do your first 3 degrees, and then from there given you I don't know how it works, maybe you're chosen to join a more knowledgeable lodge from there on, or maybe you'll just be dialed in and locked into your Blue Lodge if you know, don't show the capabilities of what they deem appropriate in their fraternity. But yeah, they abide by a red-blue paradigm as well when it comes to their temples, per se. Let's go. Come on. So I've just tried to find some information on statecraft, just some basic foundational information we can comment on. And when I searched statecraft, it brought up the definition of statecraft, and it's a politicized term. And it was actually the title of a book that Margaret Thatcher put out. How interesting. I bet that's a fascinating read. I don't know anything about Thatcher. Very, very, very controversial name over here in England. The working class, or the politicised left-leaning working class, they're not a fan of Thatcher. As for why, I'm not very politically educated, so I won't be able to tell you. I do like people and dynamics and how they operate, but I don't really know political theory and science and such. But yeah, and then you will get some working class people, and I say working class because these are the people I associate with, so I can't talk to you too much about like upper class people, but you do get some working class heads who actually really enjoyed Margaret Thatcher, I think, because maybe she was a symbol of strength to a degree, you know? Historically, she's portrayed as a very powerful woman. Says this band is from Tokyo. Formed in 1995. Active from 95 to 2000. Fascinating. Japanese. Swag on that bass there. Not a bad first introductory tune there. Plenty of fuzzed out guitar there. Saturated. Good vocal line. Do like that backing vocal in particular. We've got Finals Heaven Deception coming up next.